Today we are going to speak about for risk integration with 3D model, which is I have making some investigation in the web. I have not find any similar presentation somebody done before, because this is quite interesting topic, because BIM is very hot and everybody's speaking about the BIM and 4D scheduling, but no one before talking about how to make pessimistic, optimistic, and most likely 4D simulation. That's why probably this will be the first presentation which shows today how we can approach our during the design process, even during the construction process, to pessimistic and optimistic plan with integrated with a 3D model to see how our project is going to be built in the worst case and best case scenario. Because of the power project, Asta Power Project functionality, which Asta provide excellent opportunity to giving you that risk integration, risk simulation using Monte Carlo risk simulation together with 3D model. We will be able to today even make live demo to make some analysis for the real project to show how our project will be pessimistic and optimistic output. Before starting our live demo, I would like to just give you some general information about myself. Actually, I'm a civil engineer. I've been working near 20 years on site for helping the people implementing project management system and technology. And our company based in Poland. We are 100% Polish capital company. With together our friends, we are delivering solution for more than 117 countries for multiple line, horizontal and vertical project construction management systems. And we are very proud because today top 25, the biggest general contractor in the world, we are working 18 of them, so that this is a good references which we are always proudly sharing with our customers. And as I mentioned, that our company is dedicated for construction, oil and gas and power energy projects. That's why we always try to give our customer right solution. And Asta Power Project today, which I'm going to present for the risk management and the 4D simulation, is one of our product which we are proudly distributing. Also, we have interesting product Isetia. Isetia is a very unique solution which provides the construction and oil and gas market for project collaboration, contracts and document management system with integrated processes, because there are not too many solutions in market available helping the projects integrating processes, so that planning systems are good for managing planning, scheduling and executing, but during project we have a lot of procedures, kind of RFI, RFP, RFO, submittals, issue logs, punch list, checklist. That kind of process can be easily managed with Isetia with integrated document tracking system. We are also distributing Cost-to-S. Cost-to-S is a cost estimation system, very powerful with 5D quantity takeoff opportunities from the model. And Tilos is a time location system, and we are also Trimble exclusive channel distributor which implement and deliver Trimble technologies for our customers in worldwide. And as I mentioned, that with Asta Power Project and the other customers which we have for other line of the project, our company is already implemented more than 2,000 customers worldwide project management system. And these are some of our customers in Europe, in Middle East, in Asia, who we actively implemented and delivered the solutions. Also today, if you look at it, the projects for big size, small size and medium size, Asta Power Project has been successfully implemented in many international big project like Hong Kong Airport, Schiphol, Netherlands Airports, Jumari Park projects, London Eye, Istanbul Third Bosporus projects, Warsaw Second Line, so that there are many projects which Asta Power project successfully implemented. And these are some of the projects in our website or in Asta Power project website. You can get for text and the case studies how our customers has been implemented Asta Power project for their projects successfully. And of course we are sharing with you known projects and the big and mega size projects, but I would like to mention that Asta Power projects also generally used by more than 60% small size of the companies, so that many our customers are thinking that Asta Power project is very targeted for very large customer. This is not true. Many subcontractors, material suppliers, and the small size construction companies are using Asta Power project for their projects. And of course, as you see from my slide, that we have implemented Asta Power project for multi locations and the international projects, so that system has a localization and the local support. One of the power of Asta Power project with feature network development, we are distributing this solution with our local partners. That's why we have more than 57 partners, which we operate almost 100 countries for delivering the local support. And on these purposes, we are happy to also introduce our local partner to give you support in the local languages. And these are another oil and gas projects and the Warsaw Metro projects, which we are from Warsaw, so that you can see that this project also has been successfully implemented in Asta Power project. Okay, today I will present majorly BIM, but as I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, Monte Carlo simulation is the key point to get pessimistic and optimistic estimation. And to be able to understand my whole presentation today, we need to go and understand the basic of the Monte Carlo. And what does it mean, Monte Carlo? To be able to understand Monte Carlo, we need to look at the scheduling types. And during this 20 years of my experience, we find out there are 4 types of planning and scheduling types available and implemented in organization, which is that one is the most likely approach. This is the realistic schedule. People try to make as realistic as possible to be able to deliver project on time and budget, which is we are all the time recommending this approach. But also there are optimistic approach, which we call aggressive based scheduling, and the pessimistic, which is caution schedule, and also political scheduling, which is very often we met. People make the project and planning follow the project, so that this approach is like generally applied for the very big project. We call the political projects scheduling method, which is that we are making as-built projects more than plan your work your plan. We are making that manage your project and apply your plan how you work, so that this approach is very often we met, which is most of the case we do not recommend, and one of the not healthy way of the managing the projects. And let's look at the pessimistic planning approach and how it works. And pessimistic approach is like today, please just you can imagine your project, your experience. Let's say I'm an electrical engineer and working in the company, and my planners came to me and asked me that, Takin, could you please let us know how many days you need to make, let's say, documentation of the electrical design specification for the project building A. And my first estimation, let's say 10 days, and this is my first estimation, but generally I do not report 10 days to my planner, because that if I tell him that 10 days and if I will not do in 10 days, there will be a problem. So that my human factors shows me that I need to tell him that better 12 days, because if I report him 12 days and do it in 12 days, everything will be okay and I am safe. But if I not do it in the, let's say, 10 days, I will have a problem. That's why I put in 2 days buffer end of my presentation to protect myself. And of course our planner goes to our boss and he also thinks that better to estimate it 15 days to be in safe, because if Tekken will not deliver in 12 days, he will have problem, so that we report in 15 days. And our boss agree, let's say that with the someone, or let's say that I receive the task in 15 days. What I do generally, 2 days I'm in Facebook and 3 days I'm on Twitter, and because that I believe that this is the 10 days work, and generally the people start all the time as late as possible, and I start my work in the end of the 5th day, so that this is the way how I work. And but in the end we have all the time the problem that, let's say that when I just realized 80% of the time is finished and I am 50% of the work realized, that we make the panic, and by this way we start to work hard, and this is the time period where my company lose the profit and we give up from quality and safety become an issue. That's why this is a general approach which we happen and we call the student syndrome, which is that if you know about the Parkinson law, this is a general approach in even real life we all the time follow and have problem and issues. And what is the advantage and disadvantage of this scheduling approach? Of course, I am trying to protect myself. No one getting angry to me because I am not delaying, but at the same time, I'm causing an issue for my projects because I'm using some buffer for not in real efficiency way. And imagine that everybody in the same mood in the project, and it always goes that all the activities are delayed, everybody just put the buffer in the end, and it goes that we do project in the late format. So that this is the generally not recommended approach, and we do not generally recommend this approach for the project. There is also opposite, which we call optimistic planning. Let's say that second year or second time when the planner visited me in my office and he told me that, okay, Tekin, how much time you need to do this specification, and I said 10 days. If he's a bit smart and he will think about it, well, if Tekin is saying 10 days, probably he can do it in 9 days. Let me push him 9 days. Even he delay in a 1 day, we will get it in 10 days. So that what he just tried to put on me, that listen, please do it in 9 days. And if I'm the person not easily saying no, I said, okay, I will do my best. And if you tell me not, do your best, do it. And then I will say, okay, I will do it in the 9 days. And then our boss is very aggressive, let's say that, and he said, listen, what are you talking about 9 days? You need to do it in 7 days. This is the job. When I was young, I was doing in 5 days, and you need to do it in 7 days. So that, let's say, okay, we agree for 7 days. And later on, I received the task in 7 days, which I was expecting in 9 days, even I was not sure. And I start my working the work. What is the advantage and disadvantage of this scheduling work? First of all, I can be really demotivated, and if I don't believe it, and it will be not working on it. So that this approach all the time also causes other people will have issue, because I commit 7 days and achieve in 10 days, and there are 3 days that other people expected work from my side, and they can also delay because I am delayed. And this is probably one of the worst approach, because that we also use this a kind of subcontractor management method, because in the construction we all the time push the people do it as short as possible, because we believe them they will be delayed anyway, so that by this approach we can minimize the work. and this is also not good approach, and this is also risky. Generally, we do not recommend it. And what we recommend, I mean, which is sometimes we have at the beginning of the work for uncertainty. Some people want to be safe, some people want to be as aggressive as possible. Recommendation is generally to have 3-point estimation, which is that we all the time can speak 3 points. If I'm attacking, if the planner visits me, I can all the time tell him that, listen, this is the work 10 days in optimum time. But if I have everything ready, materials ready, design ready, everything I receive on time, I can do it in 7 days. But if there will be a delay on the specification for architectural design, and if I start late, and if there will be design changes on that, if everything is not clear and in the format which I expected, it can be 17 days. So that generally, if I do it in 100 times this work, I would like to mention that, let's say, it can be a few times 7 days, 10 times 8 days, 15 times 9 days. Let's say that kind of percentage we can get. And we call the 3-point estimation, and Monte Carlo simulation all the time make analysis for the giving me that estimated best case, estimated worst case of the finishing the time. How Monte Carlo simulation works, by the way, Monte Carlo name come from really Monte Carlo for gambling. This using the, for example, we have all the balls, let's say 50 times iteration, and we put all the balls in the box and we are selecting randomly. First button we just select and say that, okay, if we do it once, it can be finishing in 10 days. Second time, it can be 9 days. Third time, it can be 14 days. And then 15 days, 17 days, 7 days, 8 days. So that we just randomly select and use some algorithm for the analyzing or the Monte Carlo simulations, and to get the estimation that this activity 10% probability finishing in 7 days, 20% probability in 8 days, that kind of algorithm. How it works in the 3D model. Let's say this is the wall which I need to do, and we have 10 days work achievements. And the best case is I'm just saying that this is the wall which I will be building it in 10 days, so that I will have 100% progress. In 10 days I will complete all the wall if I'm a wall worker. And the worst case, which is the pessimistic approach, let's say in 10 days material is delayed, weather is not good, and my helper is not healthy, feeling he's ill, he didn't come to work, and I achieved 30% progress. This is the worst case scenario. But most likely, let's say that in 10 days we can achieve that kind of 75% progress. This is for the approach for the 3D model. And if we go to whole entire the projects, let's say we have 1 year simulation, we make the design, we are planning our schedule, and we would like to present to our customer, or we would like to discuss with our team, okay, what is our best case scenario, which is optimistic plan. Optimistic plan that on the date of the 3rd of January 2008, we will have 90% progress, all the top of the floor finish, we make the glass installation, and all the work almost completed except this area. And worst case scenario, which is pessimistic approach, we can say, okay, the same day we have 72% approach, which is that we can have the model which is the showing that kind of things. By the way, I think that I made a mistake. This picture and this picture should be changed, because that 80% progress is looking that less complete, that you can see that. So that in my presentation, these two pictures need to be changed. But what is the aim which I'm showing this presentation, these slides, which we can have graphical way of our project simulation. more than the Gantt chart based and activity, that kind of things, because by physical looking and understanding for the project, we can easily understand what is our project best case, worst case, and most likely case during the project life cycle. So that let's make it also optimistic and pessimistic schedule and model. But we have schedule here. These are the construction activities, construction activity duration, start date, end date. And here you can see that two Gantt charts. The big one presents, which is our plan, which is that optimistic, and the small yellow one, which is the baseline, present the pessimistic approach, so that you can always see the comparison between optimistic and pessimistic approach schedule. So you can see that here slab worked, but here didn't start it yet, so that we can have graphical way of comparison. And how it looks in the end, we can also record the video for the simulation and present it to our customers, which is that we can just select here. Let me just show you this simulation. But probably I will show the simulation in the live, so that we can even record the video and we can present it planned versus actuals. You can see the pessimistic approach. We have not started yet, but optimistic approach on the 13th of November, the piling work started, and you can see that the groundwork on the date of 13th work is ongoing, but on optimistic piling work is ongoing, so that you can all the time also make the record. And I know that many of the customers which we work are either customer of P6 and a Microsoft project. By the way, if you have Asta Power project, you can plan with Asta Power project, you can get the risk management with Asta Power project and the 3D model integration with Asta Power project, so that you are not requiring any other planning system. But we need to also respect many of our customers are already implemented Primavera or Microsoft project, so that even you are Microsoft project and Microsoft Primavera users, you can create your schedule in P6. You can open your schedule in Asta Power project, and you can model, which is that IFC format. Asta Power project can be easily integrated any IFC format. We can open IFC format drawing 3D model inside of Asta. We can link your schedule with model and achieve the 4D schedule, run the Monte Carlo simulation in Asta, and achieve 3-point model simulation, and later on, if we decided send back this pessimistic and optimistic plan, we can save as a baseline, send back to Primavera, so that we can even keep back what is our pessimistic and optimistic schedule. How it works, as I mentioned, that you can plan in Primavera, open in Primavera format, because Asta Power project open any Microsoft, any Primavera format without data loss, so you can open it. Also, any design software, AutoCAD, Revit, or other Bentley and MicroStat, any kind of design software which is saved in IFC format, you can also open in Asta Power project, and you can run the risk schedule and get the report. By the way, when you run the risk schedule, you can all the time get not only simulation of the model, but you can also get this project is best case is finishing October 4th, and the worst case is finishing, let's say, 12th of February, so that you can all the time get the here best case, worst case, and most likely case. It means that it's going to be finished October 9, 2008. This is the expected date finish. You can see we make 100 iteration, and a few times the project was finishing 4th of October 2018, which is one time, and it means that this is very less probability, but most probability is the 22 times project was finishing in the 17th of September, and this is the best, most likely case. But also a few times the project was finishing that late, so that you can focus on the center of the triangle. This will give you the real feedback for the project most likely finishing. You can also, if you have cost loaded schedule, you can also get what is my maximum budget, minimum budget which I'm going to finish this project. Also, we can get the duration sensitivity report from Asta Power Project for the activities, which is design activities, construction activities, and these are the sensitivity, which is if the duration of these activities are changing, project duration will be changing, so that we can also get some kind of cost sensitive, duration sensitive activities from the system. Okay, let's come back to Asta Power Projects, and this is the Asta Power Project which I open now, and you can see I have schedule, which is it can be like showing the ground floor, level 1, level 2, and if I open here, you can see that these are my projects, start dates, end dates, duration, finish dates, and I can edit another columns and for the Gantt chart. This is my project Gantt chart activities, and when I just select it here, the object, you can see it is also tracking here the activities. It means that this activity means entry foundation wall. This activity means external wall. So that which object I am selecting in the model, I will be easily seeing it means which activity is it. So that footing activities and that kind of things I can be easily selected, and from here understanding this object which is which activity. Now this is the model. Actually, let's hide the model, and let's say that we have at the moment schedule. So that this is my schedule, and I would like to run risk reports. I go to here. Asta has out-of-box risk analysis. One good news is that Asta Power Project was selling risk analysis as a separated product, but if you buy standard Asta Power Project, risk analysis is included the price. That's why this is very attractive price, that risk analysis is a part of the Asta Power Project. And running the risk analysis, now I open the risk analysis module, and here I can select Monte Carlo or light and hypercube method. Let's say that Monte Carlo, and distribution also we would like to select it here, let's say the normal one, and I can apply here probability reports, which is that I can say that, okay, let's say I have my schedule. I'm just thinking that I make it 80% my schedule optimistic, and let's say 150% pessimistic approach. So that you can manually enter pessimistic and approach. You don't need to go each activities one by one, enter it, but if you want, you can also do it. Each activities, each work breakdown structure, you can apply different type of probability. But I am just considering, I have my schedule, I think that I was 80% optimistic and 150% pessimistic. So that what we'll do, it will count the activities. If its activity is 10 days, it will just consider it best case this activity can finish in 8 days. Worst case this activity will be able to finish 150 days. And we can also run here iteration that I can edit here, let's say 100 times. Let's do it 10 times, not to have any issues taking the time. But if you are risk expert, we all the time recommend at least 1,000 times. That I'm just generating 10 options, and it's created 10 scenarios for the scheduling my work and completed my risk analysis. And now I have here probability report, and it's telling me that 10% my project probability is finishing date is 8th of August 2017. And 90% my project is going to finish 22nd of 2018. So that you can see that these are 10% probability, 20% probability, 30% probability, which my project is going to finish. I can also go to report, and here I can open the report for sensitivity report, show me that these are my duration sensitivity. We have not implemented any cost, so that there will be not cost. And also we can go distribution reports, which will show that this project is best case finishing 8th of August 2017. worst case 28 August 2017, but probably this project is going to finish 15 of August 2017. So that this is my project estimated finishing. You can see that distribution chart not looking too healthy because I make it 10 times iteration. If I do it 1000 times, you will see that very big triangle, and by this way the distribution was healthy. Okay, now let's say I have 10%, 20%, 40% and 90%, and I would like to just select it, two of them, and make the simulation. So that first of all I would like to select 20%, and I'm just creating here, create me 20% as a P20, and I think this is optimistic schedule, and I save this. And also I would like to create another one as a P90, and I can say that this is the pessimistic, but we don't need to do it at the moment. Let's just select only the optimistic simulation and just close it. Okay, so that you can see that our activity, which is that footing, and footing activity is going to finish a little bit late as a pessimistic approach. And you can here see and make the easy comparison because of my schedule is finishing here. It was most likely, and in the worst case my project is going to finish beginning of the August. So that yellow activities are activities which is showing my pessimistic schedule. These green activities are showing me that these are the most likely schedule. So that I have two versions here. Now I go and open the BIM, and here you can see that this is my schedule. One of the biggest advantage of Asta Power projects, if we compare the other 4D scheduling, I can now open the two models, and you can see this is which I have the most likely plan, and this one I have, let's say, which call yellow one. So that this yellow one is here and green activity is here. Now let's just make the simulation, and it's just showing that this is the activities and here, but we have settings. So that I want to make comparison, so that I go to settings, and from the settings I'm just selecting, okay, I want to make P20 comparison, and now I am running both of them, and you can see the difference between two activities, while on the left I am tracking the task. So that one model is my most likely schedule, one model is my pessimistic schedule. And now I'm able to record the video, and when I record the video I can share with my customers or my project team members to show how we are going to finish the project. But let's go manual way instead of doing this. First of all, you can tell me that I would like to see my schedule, how it looked like 1st of December. 1st of December, actually you can see there are not too much difference in the 1st of December. But let's go to, for example, 15th of December, and you can immediately see in the 15th of December main wall activities. You can see here main wall activities, and it was planned to have the walls, but as a pessimistic approach we don't start it yet. You can see these two activities, one is late starting. It can easily give us a comparison not only for Gantt chart but at the same time graphical way. And let's go also 1 week after 27. Let's say that 27th of December, okay, we start this work, but which as an optimistic one, the wall construction has been started, but unfortunately in the pessimistic approach we are not able to start, so that I can easily understand daily base comparison. And now I'm doing weekly and select the week, and you can see here each week, each day you can go and make the comparison. By the way, manually let's move it. I can also select here day by day, and you can see that and 21st of November this area is an optimistic start and this one is not, so that I can just daily base do it, or as I mentioned that I can automatically simulate the work. By the way, in Asta Power Project you can save unlimited baseline. What does it mean? As you remember, in the risk I have 10%, 20%, 30%, so that you can all the time go and make it another comparison. And when you make the baseline comparison, you can see here if you save 80%, 60%, 50%, or you can say that this is the customer schedule, this is the first plan, this is the second plan, this is the after contract variation or the received plan. This is how we generally make it risk analysis on the 3D model. But in many of our customers also start using Asta. When the project start, you can also make it was planned and actual comparison. This is also subject for the claim analysis. You can all the time make it that kind of things. This is the house project. By the way, if you want, you can also go in this area and you can just display only, for example, some areas, which is that you can just select some works, electrical works, mechanical works, landscaping, finishing work, first floor, second floor, so that you can do this simulation for any selected discipline, even any selected contractors. If you have multiple contractors, if you build up the layering system based on the contractors, you can even do simulation based on the contractors, based on the zone, based on the discipline, different areas. And this is what I want to show today. Of course, you can get the picture from what you have done, and you can just put it in your reports also. And this is generally, you can also go and select the areas and you can do the work. And this is what I want to show today. Do you have any question? Because we have still 3 minutes.